Well, hi everyone at YouTube. This is Kareen's VSG, and I am coming to you with a month update, actually a month and a few days, 5 days, since my plastic surgery on 12/31/2019, the last day of the year. I was in surgery. So, just a few things. I'm doing better this week. I still have some residual pain. I'm concerned about my belly button. Well, he certainly didn't do it like he did Patrice's. And it's very deep. So I think I can put my finger in that far into my belly button, which is not normal. So I will be talking to him about that. Anyway, so if you haven't followed me before, if you haven't checked out my channel before, I am a bariatric surgery patient. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on May 4th of 2017. My highest weight was 240 pounds. My pre-journey weight was 224. My weight before the pre-liquid diet was 217. So I pretty much stayed the same for 8 months. I had 8 months of counseling, nutritional counseling, and dietary counseling. I had that for 8 months, mainly because I was only supposed to have it for 6 months, but they did not, I'm going to straighten my camera here. They did not pay attention, and they kept saying I needed more and I needed more and I needed more. Sandy, no. The dog wants to play every time I start this. No, go lay down. So anyway, so it ended up being 8 months before I had my surgery. And so yeah, it was a long haul. So I'm gonna take this shade and I'm gonna close it somewhat. There, is that better? Is that better? I have a little less light coming in on me, but anyway, before my surgery, on my surgery date, I weighed 204 pounds. I then lost in the next, probably from May through February the following year, 2018. I got down to 140 pounds. My lowest weight was 139, and that I got when I did my first week of CHIP, which is Complete Health Improvement Program that I took in September of 2018. I got down to 139.4 or 0.2 or whatever. The points don't matter. Anyway, so that was my lowest weight. And then I gradually creeped back up to approximately 149 to 150 pounds. I was hovering there for a really long time. I stayed within that 10-pound weight loss, which is exactly what I thought I would have, is that bounce back of 10 pounds. And that's why I wanted to get down to like 130 before that happened. I really wanted to stay right around 140. But anyway, after my surgery, though, I started having a lot of problems with rashes under my panniculus. Is that what they call it? Anyway, my stomach, my lower stomach, where I had my babies from. And I had really, really big babies, so I had that pouch right away after my first baby. She was 9 pounds, 6 ounces. I'm 5'2". Well, I was 5'2". I'm 5'1 3/4" right now. I'm shrinking. So I'm old enough now to start shrinking. So I'm going to do that a little more. There you go. Anyway, so I had quite a pouch on me, and then I had 2 children after that. One when I was 2.5 years later, and then another one when I was 33. No, Sandy, no, go lay down. He sits on the couch and doesn't do anything, and then when I get on this, he wants to play. Anyway, so when I was 33, having a baby was really, really hard. I probably would never have any more children after that if I had my first child at 33. I don't know how people do it when they're 33, to be honest. So anyway, so right now I have not weighed myself for probably the last week because it was starting to depress me. After my surgery, the lowest I have seen so far is 142.2, and then I've been hovering right around 144. So I'm assuming they took 8 to 9 pounds off of me. I'm still swelled from my surgery. I know I'm still swelled because when I don't wear my compression band that they gave me, I can definitely feel it. And I can definitely feel it, my body just kind of. So I keep this on as much as possible. Today, though, I wanted to give you a body shot. And to be honest, I have not really done body shots at all during my journey. I think the closest I got to a body shot was probably when I got down to where I could wear my painter's pants. So if you want to watch that video, and I don't know which one it is, but there was one where I said I thought I would never believe I'd get into these painter's pants that I had saved from the 80s, 70s and 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Anyway, and I got them on. And so in that video, you can see how much of a pouch I really had. I literally felt like Mrs. Snowman. That's kind of what I felt I'd look like. I had a ring around my bottom, and I had a ring around my upper. And so I felt like I was Mrs. Snowman. And I'm a little swollen today. This is like a month now and 5 days past. So I'm still swollen. You can be swollen with this surgery for up to 6 months. So I know that there's things that might change. I'm hoping they change. I did have a conversation with my doctor though, and I was concerned, or my surgeon, I was concerned about the fact that he did not do a fleur-de-lis, and he said he doesn't do fleur-de-lis on people who've had bariatric surgery very often because there's other issues that develop from that. So he did not do a fleur-de-lis, and I said, when I went and saw him, I told him I had regrets because I said I kind of wish I'd had my breast done at the same time because that would have lifted up that part of my stomach and my breast, of course, at the same time. And I also have a lot of overhang over my bra right here, and I really hate that. I don't care about my arms. My arms look fine. So I will show you my stomach and show you what it looks like now. When I have my compression garment on, it looks like I have a really cute shape and everything, and it does look okay even without it. Now, I don't know about you, but when I had my hysterectomy back before my grandson was born, I had these things that they were like silicone bandages, and I had bought them. They were bigger at the time, and I put them on my scar, and it healed my scar so well, and it was so invisible to see that I decided that I'm going to try to do that with this one. Well, I ordered some silicone pads from Amazon, but they turned out to be just little, like 4-inch pads by 2-inch. So I had to put 8 of them on across my scar. And so I've just recently, in fact, it's supposed to come today, ordered some bigger ones. I think they're 5.7 inches or whatever, so that I can cut them down and I don't have to take 8 little things off every time I shower. And they are washable, so you can wash them and reuse them, which I have done now for 2 weeks, I think. This will be my 2nd week of using them, I guess. And so they work really well. They protect that scar and they cover it, and it's called Scar Away, what I used. Now, I don't know what the new one is that I got, but there's all kinds of them. You can get them pretty much everywhere. I got them on Amazon. They're a little expensive, but they are washable, and you can use them for quite a while. So I decided to buy those this year, or this time, and I'm using those across. And so I might be able to show you a little of that. I am just not going to reveal a lot down there because I just think it's not, I don't know, it's just not decent for me. I'm just not that kind of person. And so just, I hope you understand that. So I will show you a little bit of what my stomach looks like now. It does look fairly nice. I'm going to back this off a little bit, and I'm going to try and show you. Okay, so okay, so here is my new stomach. Okay, and I have these really loose, really nice pants on. I got them on Amazon. And then you can see my compression garment right here. But you can see my compression garment too. These ribbing things here make the compression garment double up. So I probably should have something different, but I don't. And I always wear a tank top. You can see that over underneath because it causes itching if I wear it just plain, and so I avoid that. So I'm going to take this off. Okay, so there you can kind of see I had a big pouch here. I mean, it hung down probably to here on me. He said it hung down over my behind all the way. So this is what it looks like now, and you can see I have my underwear on right here. So there it is. But I'm going to show you. I'll just show you this way. So here is my new belly button. Do you see what I'm talking about? It's way in there. And this is what I was worried about before. This is what I was worried about when I talked to the doctor. I says, is this going to go down, or is this going to just flop over and be over my belly button and cause the same problems I had with stuff before? But literally, I can stick my finger in quite a ways. Well, if I take a Q-tip, I can stick it in about an inch. So that hole is really, really deep. And I am having some residual pain right around the stomach right here, right around the belly button. So I'm just wondering if that's all part of it. Now it's probably wrinkled because I had the compression garment on. But you can see I'm still swollen. And down here you can see those are the pads that I use. Here. They're just like sticky pads. You can see them right here. And they just peel off, and then you put them back on again. And then you can wash the silicone off and reuse them. And so I'm getting a bigger one, or some bigger ones. I'll probably have 2 across here instead of the 8 that I have now. And then this is where the drains were, so you can see where the drain was. All right, so, and granted, I'm not monetized at all, so I don't care if they take this down or not. But yeah, anyway, so that is, I gotta put this back down. So that is what my stomach looks like now. And there's still a bulge here. This is swollen right here. This is all swollen. I can feel the tightness inside. Now I had a muscle repair too. And that was really painful. So yeah, so that is, I'm not going to put my compression garment back on right now. I'll do that later. But that is what I look like now. So I have a pretty flat stomach right here. And I'm 58 years old. I haven't seen this for 35 years. So this is like really odd to me that I even have a flat stomach. Maybe I'm just weird that way, but you know, you get so you don't remember. You get so you don't remember what it was like to have a flat stomach when you had such a big bulge there for 35 years. So anyway, so that's where I'm at right now. I haven't started exercising, but the doctor did release me to do some things. So I've done more things. It's just that when I do, I pay for them the next day. So like Saturday, we drove down to the funeral of our best man for our wedding. He passed away. He learned he had pancreatic cancer in October, middle of October or something like that. He was gone by December 22nd. So we went to his funeral on Saturday, and that trip down to Minneapolis and back, which is 3 hours, the next day I was paying for it. I had pain in my stomach. I was exhausted. And so even a month out, well, for me, maybe it's because I'm 58 years old. You young people, maybe you can do this and get by with it. But a month out, I am still suffering from pain for this surgery. Okay, so I'm going to bring you a little closer. Whoop. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. I hit the button somehow. Anyway, so, you know, I don't know how you'll heal. Maybe, you know, maybe it's because of my age. And I mean, 58 is pretty old to be having this stuff, but I don't feel 58. I feel like I'm in my 30s. So honestly, if my body would do what my body would do when it was 30, it would be great. But it's just taking me a little longer, and I had it was a big surgery. I mean, hip to hip. But I'm doing okay. I'm getting out a little bit more. Well, not really. I got out about 2 days a week. So I taught art today at the church school that I teach at, and then tomorrow, and then I took my granddaughter to her school today, and then tomorrow I will be doing teaching art down at the art center here in town, McCrosty Art Center. So I will be doing that tomorrow. So I started doing that, and I will be doing that every week now this month. But yeah, but even today now, for example, yesterday my husband and I ordered from Domino's, and I ordered the Caesar salad, and I got it here. I ordered 2 of them, and I had it delivered here. And I took two of them, pushed them together, and mixed them all up and made a nice little salad. And then I gave my husband the majority of it. So I probably had like a cup and a half of Caesar salad. And I was fine. And then this morning, as soon as I ate something, or this afternoon, when I ate lunch this afternoon, it was like I had to have a bowel movement, and it was painful. Like I got cramps, and I get them so bad that they make me want to throw up. And I didn't eat anything sweet, nothing. I had a biscuit and egg and cheese for breakfast this morning. And then I had a few crackers for lunch and some corned beef. And that's all I ate, and I got cramps so bad I wanted to cry. And I had to take Alexis to school, and I was nauseous on the way there. I was like swallowing spit and everything. So even this far out from my bariatric surgery, I have things that happen to me. And as soon as I went to the bathroom and had my bowel movement, it's fine. But boy, up until you have that, oh man, I was in pain. And this still happens to me occasionally. So I don't know what that is or what it's all about, but I've been having that since my surgery, and that has not gone away for any reason. So anyway, so I still have some residual things. Now, I haven't stepped on the scale this week, and I'm not probably going to do that until Thursday. So tomorrow I may step on the scale. I've been trying, even now after my surgery and this recovery, I've been getting my mind geared, because I remember last year I said I was going to start doing, what do they call it, early eating in the day and then fasting from 2 all the way till the next morning. And I've been trying to gear myself up for that. Our habits here are such that though when my husband gets home at 4, we want to eat supper. So I'm not sure how this is going to work. I could eat before he gets here and then just feed him food. And so that's probably what I will try doing. But he literally doesn't have a big meal a day until supper. And so for us to try to do 2 meals, and I mean, I don't know if it'll work, but maybe if I eat at like 4 or 5 o'clock and then just be done, it'd be the same thing. But nutritionfacts.org has been putting out all kinds of video recently on the benefits of early in the day eating. In fact, you can eat the same thing in the morning and lose more weight than if you ate the same thing later in the day. There's research that proves this to be true. So go check out nutritionfacts.org on YouTube. Watch his videos that he's put out recently about fasting, intermittent fasting. And maybe there's something to it. I don't know. I mean, I know people are doing a lot of fasting, but they're usually not eating breakfast, which is not good for us, according to the research. The research says you get up in the morning, you eat like a king, you eat like a queen or a prince, you eat like a prince at lunch, and you eat like a pauper at supper. So that means your biggest meal is supposed to be in the morning, your biggest meal. And that revs your body up, your metabolisms get revved up, and it starts burning muscle, or not, it starts burning, using calories first thing in the morning, and then you eat a lighter lunch, and then you eat an even lighter supper. So the research is proving this to do. And you know what? I grew up with it. I heard this my whole life. And I didn't listen. And now I'm in this position. So maybe there was something I should have listened to when I was a kid. Our denomination has been preaching this stuff for 150 years. And even though some of us haven't listened to it, now research, science is proving that what they told us 150 years ago is true. But we had such a reputation as a denomination that our religion, quote unquote, was our diet. Our religion, quote unquote, was this, our religion. And so we as a denomination have gotten so gun shy because people have made fun of us and they won't listen to us and they think we're crazy and they think we're legalistic and they think we're too strict and all this stuff. And I'm sorry, but science has been doing research is proving that way of living was the best way to live. So I don't know how to tell myself that you should just have done what you should have done. You know what I'm saying? And never mind what everybody says about it. Because we're one of the blue zones. And the way our church has been teaching us these things for years and years and years has actually been proven to be correct. And I should have just listened to it. I'll tell you this, I had some friends who were completely vegan, completely. In fact, my first boyfriend, when I was growing up, his whole family, she had never bought sugar, ever, like processed sugar, ever. She used honey, she used other things, she never used regular sugar. And my dad went there once to work for them. They were building something and he went there to help him, and he stayed there. He was there, I think, a month. And in a month, my father lost 30 pounds because of the way they ate. We went over there once to visit, and they served us a strawberry banana shake. Just strawberries and bananas, as far as I know. Maybe she put more in there, I don't know. A half hour before we ate. And we were not allowed to drink at the dinner table. Now, this was 40 years ago, 45 years ago, 40 years ago. Okay, I'm like really old. I'm 58. So I was 14 or 15. So 40 years ago, they were already doing this. And they were teaching about this stuff. They had cooking schools. They had places where you could go and learn how to live this way. And now I do this bariatric thing, and they say don't eat or don't drink anything, 15 minutes or a half hour before you eat or a half hour after you eat. Huh. Where have I heard that before? Because what we're doing when we eat and drink at the same time is we're flushing all the nutrients that we need out of our system before it's been absorbed by our body. And they knew about this a long, long time ago. Now, granted, the lady who was doing this, she has a degree in, she's a nutritionist, and she was in school in the 50s. So they've known at least since the 50s this stuff. Her husband was a doctor, and never have I seen such thin people in my life. And healthy people. So there is something to this. So I really should pay more attention and actually just do the stuff I need to do. But just like everybody else, oh, that looks good, right? Till you eat it, and then you feel like garbage, or till you eat it and you get cramps, or till you eat it and then you get a headache. We just can't keep doing this stuff. And I'm sorry, but I think doctors need 2 more years of school in just nutrition. 2 years of schooling in just, not 1 semester like they get now. Because here we are, we have a doctor, we have a profession that doesn't have any idea what's wrong with people because they're not thinking about what's going in people's mouths to cause the problems they're having. So, how do you treat that? Well, you don't treat it. You just treat the symptoms of what they've got. You're never treating the disease. So we really have to change that in our society. We really have to do that, or we're just killing ourselves. Which, yeah. But I do want to say this: if you are overweight and you are given the opportunity to do this surgery, and you need it, I highly recommend it. I don't regret doing this. What I regret is not learning how to live like I should have lived a long time ago, and I'm not doing that. So, yeah. So that's my little rant for today. I'm thinking about doing like a 10 things about bariatric or the sleeve and plastics. 10 things that I have learned about the sleeve and plastics. I'm thinking about doing a video on that. I keep thinking of these things that come up, and then I don't write them down, so then I forget them. So I will try to start writing these things down so that I can do these 10 things about, especially as a 58-year-old. Maybe it's not the same experience when you're 30 or when you're 35 or even when you're 40. But when you're 58, I'm scratching 60. I'm getting close to 60. I don't feel like 60. I honestly don't. I don't think in my head, oh, you're 60 years old. I have no idea. I mean, that doesn't even enter my mind when I get up in the morning. And right now, since my surgery and my weight loss, it's even more pronounced that I feel more like I'm in my 30s. If I could remember what my 30s were like. And so my only regret is that I did not have this done in my 30s. That's because I could have healed easier. I could have probably healed better. My skin probably would have bounced back better. I have a lot of loose skin on my thighs, which is one of the regrets. I told my doctor, I says, I really wish I could have that done. I wish I'd done that. And he said to me, he says, well, we can talk about that in the future. But right now I got a $4,000, yeah, $4,000 bill I need to pay off from this one, that will take the next 2 years. So within the next 2 years, I'll have to consider how I'm going to do the next one. But yeah, I don't regret that I did it. I don't regret that I've done both of my surgeries. I just think that I wasn't realistic in the way that I would bounce back from it. It's taken me a month, literally a month, to start feeling better and moving around better. I still, when I stretch, I can feel it. If I overstretch, I definitely will feel it. Like pains and like you just pulled a muscle. I mean, that's technically what's probably happened. So I just think that if I had been able to do this when I was in my 30s, I would have been much happier than with the process and the whole way it's turning out. But then I looked at my surgeon and I said to him, I says, but I'm 58 years old. Should I really worry about what I look like? I mean, I'm 58 years old. It's going to be what it is, I mean, that's why I don't think I'm ever going to do this, that there's not a lot here. So it's like, I've seen people who've been thin their whole life who have a humongous wing on them. Thin their whole life. So that doesn't really matter to me. There are things, though, that make me uncomfortable, like my thighs rubbing together, or, the way my breasts are, the way that a bra fits. I mean, I've got all of this stuff under here that I wish didn't flow over. But if I could find a bra that went under my armpits, that would be great. But I can't find one. And I've tried on bra after bra after bra. And they just don't come up high enough here to cover that fat. And I'm wearing a 4 hook and eye bra. So it's not about the bra, the width. So, yeah, anyway, so, all right, well, that's my video for today. I will try to post when I weigh in, or after I weigh in. Maybe tomorrow I will post something. I'll have to do it after I get back from work and see what my current weight is. It probably hasn't budged much because I'm not doing anything. I've been really afraid to go outside because there's ice everywhere. We had a thaw last week and then it's frozen again. So literally I had this much ice on my sidewalk that I was trying to chop off, which you don't want to do that either when you've just had stomach surgery, but it wasn't hurting too bad. I was taking the shovel to it, but my husband's going to get some salt and put out there because it is like a ½ inch and the roads are all the same way. So if I go out walking, the danger of me falling is high. And so I really haven't done anything like that. So I've been to the grocery store a couple of times and I go to work and stuff and I walk around there, but I haven't done a lot of exercise. So I'm looking for that day when I can go out and start exercising again. And I've never wanted to do this ever, but I'm actually considering running because now at least hopefully my body won't clap as I'm running. And that's what my stomach used to do when I would run. It'd be clapping. Yeah, so hopefully that won't happen. So I might even attempt doing like a mini marathon, like maybe a 2.5 or a half marathon or whatever they do it. No, half. I don't know what they do. Anyway, just the 2.5 miles, whatever. I might consider doing that, but I still have some residual burning on my stomach, so I'm not at that stage yet where I can do that. But so hopefully I'll be able to start exercising lately. Maybe I'll just start lifting weights here. I don't know, but it is what it is. So those of you who are considering this, if you have any questions, please post them down below, and I will check them. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel before, please subscribe to my channel. I do not have a lot of followers, and I would really like to increase my followers because there's some things I want to do in the future that might interest some of you. I don't know. I kind of like doing this YouTube channel, and I love the community. And then click on the bell so that you get notifications when I upload. And please, please, please comment on the bottom if you have any questions about anything I've said today and any comments. Just click down below. I really like to interact with everybody, and I usually don't get a lot of interactions. Bless you, those of you who do. It just makes me feel good because then I know somebody's watching my videos. And I really would like to hear from some of the people that I haven't heard from lately, which is Lynn and Lauren and oh my goodness, Gina Lee. And I've been following. I just started following Amy on Instagram, but I would love to see her do a YouTube channel again. I loved her. She was so fun and so cute. And then, who else was I thinking about the other day? Jan. I haven't heard from Jan in a long time. She is posting on Instagram pictures and stuff, and she has done a couple videos, but I miss her every day. She was really what kept me guided, because I watched her every single day and I loved her videos. And I understand that her whole life has changed right now, but I just want her to know that I miss her a lot. And I don't know how to tag people in YouTube. So if you know how to tag people, can you please tell me below? And Lisa, I've been watching your videos. I love your videos. And so keep them up. And I'm praying for your house. If you're one piece of advice I have learned in my house renovating life is that if you think it's going to cost you $50,000, you better double your budget, because that's what I've experienced in every situation, is that when you think it costs one thing, it's going to cost double, or you're going to run into a problem or when you're doing something, and then that's going to make it cost more. And so have a contingency plan for those things that you don't expect to come along, because they always do. So whatever that is, and whatever you do, don't pay up front for anything. Make them do half the job, pay them half. When they finish the job, pay them the rest. Don't pay any money up front, because that's when they take their stuff and head out the door. So, and maybe you know that already. Also, there are some great YouTube videos that you might want to watch. I watched the Renovision guy. I think it's Renovision guy. Home Renovision. I think that's what they call it. It's really cool. It's from Canada. All the good ones are in Canada for some reason. And of course, then This Old House. They have lots of videos. But anyway, all right. I love you all, and thank you for all the comments you've made in the past. Please don't hesitate to comment on my videos. I love the interaction, and I really don't have a community here that I can have somebody to talk to about that. So please be those people for me, because I need that. Dory, I'm still praying for you. I totally understand what you're going through, and I totally understand why you're making the decisions you're making. It is a very, very tough decision, but I totally understand that, and I support you. So you do what's best for your family, and hang in there, because it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. All right, I'll talk to you guys later, and God bless you all, and I will talk to you in maybe a couple days, or maybe even next week sometime. All right, bye-bye.